Week 3. Okay, we literally just got done with our Week 2 video and played the Week 3 game for APDL Season 6 Little Cup about 10 minutes ago. We wrapped up. I've been doing some video editing stuff to get our Week 3 game up right away. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Josh. I go by JK. I am the head coach of the Goldenrod City Goomys. And we're here for our Week 3 game against the ankle-biting Arons, coached by our good friend DinosaurDamage. And it's going to be a hype game. Ruben drafts a little on theme, which isn't always the greatest thing for his team composition, but you've got to respect that. He goes for it every season. And he's gotten some wins in the past, and it's definitely a trap game for us. More on that in a little bit, but before we get into anything else, let's do our team builder. So, team kind of looks a little weird. I think because of Ruben's team composition, I'm able to go a little bit outside the box this week. And by outside the box, I mean bring the same pancham and the same jellyfish that we've brought before with a little bit of a tweak. So let's start with jellyfish, actually. So Jelly the Tentacool, we're rocking the choice scarf this week. Should be faster than everything on his team, except a choice scarfed Fennekin, which is his fastest mon. I will be slower than that, but I'm a point faster than Choice Scarf Tyrant or Cranidos. Cranidos is the one that's typically Choice Scarfed. So we're going to be faster than probably everything, unless he really dumps in something with a Fennekin. However, if the Fennekin is faster than me and it uses Psychic, I will not die ever. Natural Special Bulk is pretty dang good. So Tentacool is our fast boy this week. Rocking max special attack, just about max speed, throwing the rest in special defense. The offensive set this week, Modest Nature, which is pretty cool. Scald, Giga Drain, hit just about everything on his team. Sludge Bomb is there. Sludge Bomb is there. We'll get to that in the game. And then Rapid Spin to knock away some hazards if he sets them. He's got a lot of rock setters, a lot of spike setters, so we're prepared for hazards. Next up is Alexi the Rhyhorn. Kind of the standard Rhyhorn stat distribution, nature, item. It's really been my awesome Eviolite mon the last 2 weeks. Grimer does not appreciate Earthquake, and about 90% of his team can use a ground type move. So Alexi is going to stand in with that max HP and defense and the Eviolite to take some hits and dish him out to Impish Nature with Earthquake, Ice, and Thunderfang for some coverage, and then Stealth Rocks on my own if I ever get into a spot where I can set them. Esmeralda is back after taking week 2 off. She is back rocking Light Clay this week and has some magic bounce action. Max special attack, 176 in speed, which should outspeed everything on his team, barring a scarf. And then I just threw the rest in HP. We are timid, so we are fast boy or fast girl again this week. Shadow Ball, Giga Drain, my offensive moves. Just kind of, like I said, Giga Drain hits most of his team. Shadow Ball is good for Beldum. U-Turn for the bad matchups because I'm faster than everything, so I can get the fast U-Turn out. And then Reflect because he's mainly a physical team. So a real quick Reflect at some point would be awesome to get up. And that way, we take those physical hits even better. And next up, I'm going to skip one of the top. I'm going to go straight to Jack Black because we've seen the Pancham before. Life Orb, Iron Fist set, max HP and attack. Drain Punch, knockoff like normal. And, we're going with Thunder Punch and Ice Punch this week for coverage. Pancham's moveset is awesome. And just the fact that I can go Iron Fisted, Drain Punch, and then have, a really good knockoff user who's, not defensive minded, but I've got enough HP to take hits, and knockoff's just the best move in the game. And then like access to the elemental punches is just so great for Iron Fist alone, but also just the coverage that Pancham gets. So really good bulky offense for us again. And then we get to our two newbies for this year, or for this season, for this week. I'm going to go to Benedict, the Execute, up top with the Citrus Berry. We're running Harvest. This is definitely inspired by the Trevenant, or the Phantom play that was seen earlier this week. So the Citrus Berry Harvest action here, max defense and HP for Benedict here, and we're doing Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Hidden Power Ground, and Substitute. Sludge Bomb is there for Chespin. Sludge Bomb is there for Chespin. Grass is weak to poison. We'll get to that. And then Swiper, the Nickit, is also making its Season 6 debut. Rocking the Assault Vest, so this is actually our special wall for the week. I don't know, guys. It's cool. It's weird. I'm running Gentle Nature, for crying out loud. Max HP, max special defense. This is purely a utility mon. I actually take hits pretty well, and then really its job is to just click knockoff. Maybe I get in a spot where I can click foul play on some of those big heavy hitters and punish them for that. And then also Snarl is a cute little tech to lower special attack if one of those Pokemon decides to be special. And then Mudshot's there actually for some pretty cool speed control. So I really like the Nickit set. I think it's unique and different. And I wish I could have gotten to use it, which is a little bit of spoiler here for the game, but let's talk about the keys to the game here. I'm definitely ripping off of Noah a little bit with kind of the video format, but this is the team for this week. I really love it. I think it's one of the best teams we've made so far this season, although the team we brought against Sean was pretty good too. So I love the fact that we get to bring two Mons off the bench that haven't gotten a chance to be in a game this week. Having the Execute and the Nickit in the lineup for the first time is super great. I love Little Cup. This is becoming very, very fun. It's still stressful. We're still wanting to try and be top of the Johto Division. But this is a cool lineup that might let me, continue our winning ways. So let's go to the keys to the game. We have 3 of them on the screen. And the keys to this week's game is, number 1, be most excellent. If you've seen Bill and Ted's, yeah, that is a deep reference cut, and I hope somebody, if you get that reference, put it in the comments below, because I'd love to see. But we're gonna be most excellent this week, and really rely on our new Execute, who, if I get a sub up, I just honestly win the game. There's not really anything on his team that can touch me, and Giga Drain and the Harvest for the Citrus Berry do so much in keeping me alive. I've got good coverage. I can beat most things. I can whittle them down. I don't think I'm going to die from really anything, barring like a Choice Specs Fire Blast from a Fennekin. So like Execute, honest to God, is a win condition, and it's a pretty damn cool one. So be most excellent. Key number 2, speed kills. I should put a Z at the end of kills. That would have been cool. But speed kills, Natu and Tentacool are going to outspeed everything on his team, and a lot of the times Tentacool will get a one-shot, and Natu gives me priority in what I want to do, utility, with the Reflect and the U-turn. And it also just has Giga Drain, which should kill a lot of things on his team. So I would say look to Tentacool and Natu to really put in some work, especially because they're going to be faster than just about everything on his team. And then number 3, don't be overconfident. I mentioned this at the beginning. Ruben's team is not the most not the most type diverse out of anybody's roster in APDL. However, he has beaten people in the past with these weird teams, and it's definitely not a guaranteed win. Like, I have got to respect the fact that he's a good player and that there are things, especially in Little Cup, that can surprise you and come out of nowhere. So let's not be overconfident. Let's stick to the game plan. Let's get a good solid win and move on to week 4. So be most excellent, speed kills, don't be overconfident. Those are your keys to the game this week. Let's jump in to the game. So, like I said, we have Tentacool, Execute, Rhyhorn, Pancham, Natu, and Nickit. And Ruben, DinosaurDamage brings Tyrant, Wooper, Tortuga, Chespin, Beldum, and Fennekin. So, right off a team preview, I'm feeling good. I'm not super scared of anything. And I wanted to just lead the Jellyfish because it's fast and it probably kills just about everything on this team. Scald will take down 3 out of the 6. And then we have Giga Drain for Wooper, and we have Sludge Bomb for Chespin. Which I'm just going to clear this up right now. I forgot that Chespin has Bulletproof, and that'll come into play later on. So, but to turn 1, I'm ready for this Fennekin. I know I'm going to be faster unless it has a Scarf, but even if it has a Scarf, I know I'm not going to die. So I'm going to click Scald, and we're going to get a kill right off the bat. So really feeling good about our turn 1 play. Now, the Chespin comes in, and I'm like, okay, not a great matchup for Jellyfish to stay in. So I'm going to swap out, and I'm going to go straight into Mr. Benedict. We eat that Seed Bomb up so well. And I feel pretty comfortable about getting a sub up, which is really great, actually. So I get a sub up for free, essentially. There is a layer of spikes down, which does suck. But we're not running Focus Sashes on anything, and we do have Rapid Spin to get those away later on if we need to. He reads the Poison type move really well, and goes out into Beldum, and he's obviously immune. However, I do have the Hidden Power Ground for this exact reason. Along with Grass being really good against most of Ruben's team, Ground is also very good against the DinosaurDamage's ankle-biting Arons. So Hidden Power Ground does 37%. I'm feeling really good, and we eat the Zen Headbutt, which is awesome. It is not very effective on our Grass Boy, and we are Psychic as well. So we eat that really, really well. So I'm just kind of really, firing off hidden powers. Feel really confident. He doesn't really have anything that wants to switch in to a Hidden Power Ground. So besides the Chespin, but we're just able to just kind of really be comfortable with this matchup. He does make a good switch into the Chespin, recognizing that the Beldum's probably going to die, and we're able to, again, get our sub up and the Harvest proc. So game plan is working. Eggs Benedict here is doing really well. And here's the play, right? I totally forgot that Chespin gets Bulletproof, and that stops Sludge Bomb. So just hats off to Ruben for picking the right ability there. And I was like, oh yes, I've got this. Sludge Bomb is going to do a ton of damage. Turns out it does not affect Chespin whatsoever. So now I'm left to Hidden Power Ground and Giga Drain against this thing. Luckily enough, I do find out later in the game that Giga Drain does a decent enough damage to win a 1v1. But I'm in a spot where, I feel like I should switch. And that's actually what we do. I'm able to swap out. I didn't really want to just sit there and sub and Giga Drain over and over and over again, or sub and Hidden Power Ground over and over again. I honestly thought he'd stay in and the chestbin would stay in. So I figured, okay, he's going to use like a drain punch or something. I'll go into my flying type or my flying and psychic type that resists the fighting type move, and really be a good switch into the Natu, and then be able to fire off, a reflect and then a U-turn and go into something better. So make the switch to Esmeralda. He switches into Beldum, and then Shadow Ball's just an easy kill here. So Natu Esmeralda coming back off the bench for week number 3 and does get a kill, which is cool. He's gonna put the Tyrant in next. I'm like, okay, let's get a reflect up to just shut down the Tyrant and probably the Tortuga and the Chespin. At this point, Wooper's really the only special attacker he probably has. I don't know for sure. So Reflect was definitely like just a solid play here. He goes for close combat, which doesn't do anything. Probably expected me to switch thinking that like a rock type move was coming in. So if he read that I'd put Rhyhorn in, that close combat is a beautiful, beautiful read. However, I do just stay in and we get a Reflect up. I'm just going to Giga Drain because I know it does enough damage to where, it's a 2-shot. I also feel really safe behind my Reflect. However, he does go for a Dragon Dance, which I knew this was a potential for a number of things on his team. Larvitar, Tyrant, Cranidos, I think gets Dragon Dance, or like it gets Rock Polish and Swords Dance. Tortuga gets Shell Smash and other setup shenanigans. So I did plan somewhat for a setup mon of some kind. To be honest with you, I thought that I could live a Stone Edge. No. Not even a Reflect will save you, Natu. You sweet baby bird. And it's faster than my Natu actually now too. So that gives me some good information. Our sweet little Esmeralda goes down. However, I do know the Tentacool will be faster with my Choice Scarf. So Scald comes in, shuts down the dinosaur really well. And then we just go back into Eggs Benedict, and I'll just let this kind of play out. I get into a spot here where I'm like kind of looking for a chance to go into Pancham or to Rhyhorn. But the thing is, I've got to Reflect up, and Execute's not taking any damage whatsoever. And Giga Drain is doing enough to keep me alive. I've got the Harvest thing going on. And I could just safely substitute and click Giga Drain. He swaps to Wooper to try to make something happen. I'm able to just outspeed these boys and Giga Drain and kill. And then the Chespin comes back in. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to whittle you down. Let's see what happens. At this point, I feel really confident that we can be most excellent. And that the Giga Drain from our Egg Boy will mop things up. So that's what we're able to do. Kind of whittle things down here. Giga Drain away. Just high defense on the eggs is just so good against Ruben's team. I think he brought a really as diverse of a team as he could have. He had some water and fire and grass types in there, so he had a type triangle, a really good type triangle. However, I had stuff that was ready to take it on. And so I think that's just a really super tough matchup for him. And we were able to stick to our guns, stick to our game plan, and be most excellent. So Execute got 3 kills this week, which is super cool. Tentacool, Natu also contributing, which is great to see. Tentacool, it's funny, right? Because I drafted Tentacool to be a defensive monster on the special side. There are so few special attacking mons in Little Cup that I'm afraid of, especially in like the Johto division, to where I can make Tentacle offensive, and a Scarf or Specs has just been great for that mon the last couple weeks. And it's been able to put up kills and be really consistent, which is awesome. I need that out of a high-tiered mon like Tentacle. So I feel really confident going into week 4. I don't know who we play. I could probably check that out real quick here. On the schedule, now that we're 3-0 going into week 4, we will play the Lottie Daddies and Quincy and his team of monstrosity. Let's see. Quincy's team right now has, if I pull this up and we talk a little bit about the rest of the Johto Division and the other 2 games that we have left for this season. Excuse me. We will end up playing Quincy and the Lottie Daddies next. They've got Ferroseed, Alolan Geodude, Mankey, Solosis, Dratini, Eevee, Totodile, Litten, Binacle, and Nidoran Male. So a really, really good team, top to bottom. Ferroseed's absolutely something I got to watch for. We might be able to bring Growlithe next week. Maybe. I don't know. Oh boy, it's just tough. Growlithe is, I want to bring it so many times, but it's just not. It's not Arcanine, which is disappointing because that's why I drafted it. So we got our week 4 game against the Lottie Daddies, and then week 5, finishing up the regular season, will be against the Midwestern Warriors and Jackson. His team is Ponyta, Coughing, Spoink, Roggenrola, Talo, Magikarp, Clink, Psyduck, Cubchoo, and Cleffa. And he's got 3 free agent switches left. So, and Quincy's got 2. So there might be some movement here before the next game. But 2 really solid opponents left in this season. I'm excited to keep going, keep playing, keep rocking and rolling. And hopefully we can get through the regular season on a 5-game sweep of the division. That would be awesome. That is obviously the plan. To go into the postseason as the 1 seed out of the Johto Division. But we are not going to fall for trap games. We're not going to let us get overconfident. Quincy's got a coaching staff and presidents and shit behind him. So who knows what's going to happen. But we're feeling very, very good. We're coming for you. And the Johto Division is mine, boys and girls. Let it be known. I'm a Gen 2 fanboy, and I will not lose. See you in week 4.